Hello, Kawans, and welcome to the country of Krera. It's the golden age of magic and the birth of the age of magical technology. Except, it would be if everything wasn't on fire and Krera hasn't become an isolationist regime. Well, that's the thing with that. So I'm going to start off this session with the poem, The Interrogation of the Good by Bertolt Brecht, to set the tone for the campaign. Step forward, we hear, that you are a good man. You cannot be bought, but the lightning, which strikes the house, also cannot be bought. You hold to what you say, but what did you say? You are honest. You say your opinion. Which opinion? You are brave. Against whom? You are wise. For whom? You do not consider your personal advantages. Whose advantages do you consider then? You are a good friend. Are you also a good friend of the good people? Hear us now. We know. You are our enemy. This is why we shall now put you in front of a wall. But in consideration of your merits and good qualities, we shall put you in front of a good wall and shoot you with a good bullet, from a good gun, and bury you with a good shovel in the good earth. Now, in terms of the campaign, some of our heroes may change, and some of them have changed very little. And for the rest, too much to fathom. But we remain with my table of players here today, starting with Mike reprising the role of Ghost, or formerly known as Wendigo, Joe reprising his role as Valerius, and Kat holding the mantle of Wastelander as Snoopy, who carries a secret with him. Thank you so much for rejoining us in this D&D campaign, where we will endeavor to take the pieces from level 15 to 20 without too much incident, I hope. And welcome to session 1 of Immortal Part 2. Wendigo, you find yourself in some kind of war room with Snoopy at the helm. War room is a generous term for what is literally a cave far from prying eyes. You can thank Mensum for finding it and making it hospitable with a cozy fire. Snoopy, you have in front of you two of your favorite underlings. A snow-white bugbear who looks unimpressed, and a male tiefling with lavender skin and a pronounced stubble with short cropped brown hair, with large bull horns that are adorned with various knickknacks that curve back like a heavy halo. He's also kind of short compared to the rest of you, and he's smiling, a stark contrast to his companion, a relatively tall dwarven woman. She sports a short pixie cut with glorious pleated beard that looks well cared for and shiny. She wears her clothes at a higher waistline and looks like she can talk her way out of a paper bag, but her eyebrows are furrowed at this current moment. Snoopy, tell me how you're handling this situation. Like, you have new people in front of you. You were told by Mensum and John that these are the people that you were supposed to be speaking with regarding the letter of liberation of certain personnel. But otherwise, you don't know who you're looking at. You don't even know their names.
I don't know their names.
Not yet.
Um, how does Manson know their names?
Menson knows their aliases,
Okay.
but
With
as
those
far as
being
you know,
said,
they
I
have
will greet
never been
them.
introduced.
Yep. So, how many of them are there?
There are two people, a woman and a man. Well, a tiefling and a dwarven woman, ish.
Okay, I greet them like, "Hi, I am." Snoopy. And you are?
The name's Biro, and this is my sister Van. Uh, he waves, and then Snoopy, can you tell us what you look like? What are you wearing?
I am. Uh. Huh. Damn, what I'm wearing. I forgot what I'm wearing. Okay, I am wearing this uh pieces of cloth that my people have made, because what we've gotten was, like butter of like random cloth, any garments that you can get. So it's one of those things that they put together. So it's not looking very fancy, but it covers what it needs to cover.
Okay.
Uh, mm.
The lavender tiefling Biro looks at you, acknowledges you, explains who he is and his sister, and then his sister nods and goes, "Thank you for meeting us today. Here is the things you requested, and we'll endeavor to provide after we've secured the package," said the dwarven woman. There's a mild panic in the eyes of the tiefling as he makes a face towards all of you while the dwarven woman isn't looking. Can everybody make me an insight check?
Inside.
Insight. The DC is so low, bro. Wendigo makes um Valerius, you're not there yet. But enjoy this nonsense. So Wendigo, you can tell that the tiefling is deeply, deeply pleading you all to not bring up the speech impediment that his sister seems to have. She continues as she brings out a large box. Snoopy, what did you request them to bring?
Sorry, I just need to correct the modifiers weren't registering properly. Now it
Mm,
should be okay. It's a plus 10, so it'll be 18.
well beyond what you need.
Okay.
God damn.
So
Like,
what does he get?
he gets that. It's like don't talk about the speech impediment. Don't bring it up. But you're the only one who gets it. Snoopy did not. Snoopy is like wondering why. Snoopy, you just see a guy making faces at you and you're not sure why.
The white-furred beast known as who introduced himself to Snoopy as Ghost. Well, looks like a walking snow mound of fur. Has probably not groomed and tidied up in a while and just scrambles around like a little mound, not unlike a yeti. And it's just sniffing and looking around the area, paying attention.
Okay, very good. So the box is now on the table. Snoopy, what did you request of these two in order for you to help them? What did they bring?
They should have, I haven't seen the box. They should have brought food and blankets.
Food and blankets. You see as they open the box, it's not a lot of blankets, but it's enough, you think. There are 10 folded pieces of relative different thicknesses. And at the side, you also see various amounts of things that look like meals ready to eat. Not really fresh food, but in the situation you're in, anything that is edible and nutritious is good enough. That is found on the table. She regards this as she lays them flat to show you all the goods, and she's like, "I'm sure this is good enough. We'll send more after the the whole event." If this is okay, I
Snoopy
would
nods.
I would like to explain the situation. So the point
Yep.
is that we have to
Please
go
proceed.
to one of the important safe houses. It's I hazard to call it a safe house. It's more like a prison of sorts. But essentially, we need to go in and get 3 people: the armored demon, the doctor, and Maiwa's orders. Get out, steal as many things as possible in the process, and don't get killed. As an extra, she takes out several bottles. Um, these these are healing potions for each of us. There's only 5, and then you see Mensum and John sort of look at you and go, "Sir, I don't think we're kitted out to join you. We'll take you as far as wherever you have to go." And then the lavender tiefling speaks up. But wait, I can actually take you there. So you don't have to go. You see John sort of making this face of, do we have to go? And Mensum going, for what it's worth, we'll still go if you ask for us, but I don't think we should join you inside for safety reasons. We would more likely trigger a trap. Sir? Cat.
Hello. Oh, I thought you were still talking. Yep. Maybe we have we have we scoped out the route? Is that something? I look at Mental like, what do you think? Because he has the ability to sense these things.
Mensum looks at the tiefling. Bureau, right? Yes, Bureau. So have you done the scouting? Yes, he pulls out a map and starts charting towards the location that you're going to. It doesn't look too deep in fact, it's just past the former city of Bror. Not even going towards Locklear. It shouldn't even take a day. If we follow the route that I've written down, we should be there in 3 hours. Again, we're moving really fast. I can get us in, but I don't think it would be as easy going in as it will be coming out, because we'll hopefully be with 3 others in tow. Again, I remember, I recommend a small team. And then you see his sister nod in agreement. We can bring your cohorts, but they're going to have to stay outside for the duration. Maybe like a canary in the coal mine, so to speak.
Okay. Um, and these people that we are trying to break out.
The
Are
The
they in?
dwarven woman speaks
How long
up.
have they been in there?
For all we know, we're not sure. Because these people sometimes are sent to destroy great villages and so on and so forth. We heard that these are people being enthralled, so we're hoping to go in and liberate them, is what we plan to do. And then the lavender tiefling comes in and goes, it's corroborated hearsay. We're hoping for 3, but we also hope that we don't trigger any traps in the process. Yeah, traps. A lot of those. And I recommend that we go sooner rather than later if you're ready.
So, do you already know how they look? And do we know who we're looking for? Like, do we know how they look like?
He pulls out 3 different sketches, and they look like terrifying sketches. One is a picture of a male-looking figure in full armor standing from up high on top of a rectangular platform with some kind of projectile weapon that looks vaguely like a gun. And then another picture shows a woman in armor holding some kind of long spear thing, pointing towards a direction menacingly. You see tusks on her, very small ones. And finally, you see sort of a slightly more diminutive creature skulking around in the bushes in some sort of very disturbing looking gas mask. These are the pictures that we have managed to get a sketch of. As far as we know, they are trials, so we should be fine.
Mhm.
Okay. Snoopy looks at the white creature behind him and asks, "Do you have any questions you'd like to know? Like to ask?"
Clears his throat and lifts a paw to dig around somewhere where his ears should be, maybe. And then he speaks up. What was that about former city of Roar?
Both of them look at each other, slightly confused. Well, it is the former city of Bo because for 200 over years nobody lives there anymore. It's been devastated as a port city. In fact, if we go in there, we're just going to find a lot of people profiteering from others who have less than us. And trust me, we have a lot of good things going here. We're hoping to get more good things, especially once we liberate these 3 people. The tiefling looks at you and goes, "Hang on, what do you mean you're not sure?" The former, he puts the word former in bunny quotes, city of Brawl.
Haven't been in a while.
He regards you for a while, and a sense of recognition comes across his face. Pardon me for jumping to conclusions, good sir, but would you be one of those people they call the Wendigo?
No.
Mm. All right. How long have you been away from all of this, and how much do you know exactly?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. You see, the dwarven woman goes, "Well, in the beginning, uh, Bra was situated as a port town in Krera a long, long time ago, considering it was the most accessible port." And she starts rambling on the history of Krera from way back when. And if you let her, she will continue.
Well, the bugbear, the white bugbear, does sit down and just seems to go from a standing mound to a less large mound in the ground, listening and trying to see which points of her rambling collaborates to anything he remembers.
Okay, she's going to explain most of the stuff. Things that you would remember is when she talks about um the stories of, and you can make me an insight check.
Okay.
You can tell that these stories, although she's telling them, it seems very far removed from her lived experiences. You recognize her talking about the gang wars. You hear her talking about immigrants coming in, people migrating. You hear her talking about the mule network and how it was prolific in making sure people were safe. And then you hear about something that you don't remember. So, after all this thing happened, right? The matriarch somehow got into power and ousted the circle. And then she started putting her regime everywhere. Most of the powers either were completely wiped out or began colluding with her. It's been a long time since then, but I think we're making do with what we have, considering. And this will hopefully take it a step further in that we will have ways to stop her, possibly, maybe, I don't know, but this is a start. But we're in a bad place. Yes, what my sister is saying is absolutely true. We're in a terrible place right now, which can be corroborated by Snoopy and his friends. Krira hasn't been accessible or exitable in any measure of the phrase. We're stuck here. Lord knows a lot of people have tried. I've heard that people who have the capabilities of shifting planes can exit. However, if you do not, there's no way you're getting out. Also, she's been making sure there aren't any uprisings by sicking, of which are these three, her thralls, people call them, on unwitting villages on traveling caravans of people trying to just live their lives. Thankfully, our family, our immediate family anyway, are safe, squirreled away elsewhere. But all these stories we only know from Papa. That would be her father.
When Nico turns to look at the dwarf, goes, "What do you mean, can't leave? A boat doesn't work?"
Well, you see, I don't know if you've seen the sky for a while, but there's dark clouds obfuscating what really is happening, which is I heard some kind of barrier, um, and it's stopping magics and large vessels and even small vessels from coming through. I heard from Papa that when this first happened, we had Krera was given aid by other countries, but it was quickly repelled, and then we just stopped seeing the sky. I haven't seen any semblance of non-Krerans in my whole life, actually. You see a nod from the lavender tiefling. I've also heard that people have tried breaching whatever this containment spell she has, but to no avail or to death. Sort of like when you run over an animal on the road. It's garish and quite violent, and I do not want to be a part of that. Even if it's hearsay, I would rather not.
Your plan.
My plan, again, I have a map and I have an empty portable hole. I'm going to go in. If I do this right, I can get in within 10 minutes, so all of you can stay in the portable hole. And if we don't reach the 10-minute mark, I will find a safe room to open it up so you can breathe, and then I will continue. I do also have the capabilities of masking my being in a shroud of darkness, so I'll be much more difficult to see. Again, that is me saying it's easy to get in. However, coming out is a different story. I can't do the same thing if we're going to be shoving various items into the portable hole. So, if we don't trigger many traps and we're going during the day, there will be less guards. And hopefully, most of her creatures have gone to do their creature things, which is pillage and plunder. If we don't trigger any alarms, it should be slightly easier to get out. However, if not, we're going to be facing some mechanical resistance.
To looks from the dwarf and the tiefling to Snoopy and her fellows. You are planning to, what was the word? Rob the most dangerous person?
Well, her situation, her entire cohort. There's multiple of these safe houses. This is just one of them. They house various different individuals who are her thralls. And this is the most important three that we feel, according to Papa, will be most likely to aid us in liberating Krera from the matriarch.
How do you stop them from being thralls?
The information that we've gathered is that while they aren't being utilized by the matriarch, they are under lock and key through magical shackles, and then he pulls out several thieves' tools that you may or may not recognize. These are slightly more magical than others, so they might not break as readily, and I have faith in my abilities, but I wouldn't mind getting some assistance. And then he looks at his sister. My job, actually, is to loot. So while he's doing the breaking of the chains, so to speak, I will go with someone else, one of you, and we're going to take everything that isn't bolted down. Quietly, of course.
He then looks to Snoopy. Are we hearing the same thing?
Do you think it's not a job that we should take?
Hearing that, immediately you see both siblings panic, and it's not a hidden panic, it's an outright panic because actually make me an insight check, both of you. Why are you all so shit? But
I have 0.
I know. Wendigo,
God damn.
you sense from their faces that both of you might be their final hope for this endeavor, and even though you say no, they're actually very intent on going through with it, with or without you. The sister speaks up. Please, we do need the help. And you're, from what I heard, the best of the best. You've done everything that has been requested on the notice board. Please.
Snoopy looks at Indigo again and raises his eyebrows, like to prompt him for an answer.
The lavender tiefling speaks up. My sister might be beseeching both of you, and I would be as well. However, even if you did not want to go through with this, we still have to.
Why?
A matter of principle, given that we don't want to stay under this regime anymore. We've heard from Papa that there are other continents out there, warmer climates? Did you know there's a whole space out there with just sand? Sand, sweltering heat and sand.
Does Snoopy know this?
Snoopy, you've lived your entire life being so singularly focused on first your village and then your little new family underground that you hadn't really thought about life outside of Krera, life outside of what you know. You just don't have time to think of such nebulous things. And the sister speaks up. My brother was talking about a place just full of heat and sand. What about heat and sand and blue waters, waves, these things called coconuts? Honestly, anything sounds better than where we are now. Um, I'm scared of the day that she'll come after us and our family. We don't want that, you see. We're kind of attached to our parents and our friends. So this is, I guess, a matter of life and death for us.
What happened to Brera? No more cities?
The only real city is within the confines of the matriarch's little walled garden, which is a heck of a lot harder to try and infiltrate. She knows everyone who goes in and comes out. Everyone is monitored, and the rest of us exist as fodder. All the horrible things I've heard about soul trapping. I hear say that those mechanical creatures that she calls upon to do her dirty deed, aside from the thralls, they used to be people. And if we liberate these three people, that's three less thralls that are able to destroy a village, take parents away from children.
It, he thinks a moment. Can they go back to
Can
being themselves? Is there a thrall that has done that?
well, again, these are just hearsay. We'll be the first to try. And you don't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs? I guess we're the eggs in this point. Either we become an omelet or we lay broken on the ground like shellless husks. Sister, don't be so negative. Trust that I have everything, mostly, under control. Vero, you're ridiculous, but I trust you. But, Mr. Large White Bear Thing and Snoopy, please, we beseech your help. And ideally, we leave within the hour because we were hoping to get it done today at least. The plans really are for today, the Lavender Tiefling interjects. Apparently today is one of the days where they're a little bit more lax in their patrols from the information that we've gathered.
Let's lay it out. What is the place?
The place is first and foremost a hold. Excuse me. The place is first and foremost a holding cell for these thralls. Aside from that, nothing much. It's where they create some of these mechanical monstrosities. Otherwise, it's lain abandoned. Important enough to have security, but not important enough to have the best security. Perhaps the idea that the thralls will take care of themselves, or at least they should.
What
according-
I wonder,
Mm-hmm.
they'll attack if they see us.
Sorry, they were what?
They'll attack if they see us.
The thralls? From what I've heard, they'll be asleep. They'll be shut down, which is the best time for us. This is when I heard that, they're lax on this particular day. I'm not sure why.
Is this a building? A cave?
It is they start drawing like a square compound with two minarets. Kind of like the devil horns, but yeah. It's a secure location in that there's two tall minarets where they would survey the area. We heard that in 6 hours they will be changing the guards, which is where we go in, or rather where he goes in with us in tow.
Ghost looks from the man and to Snoopy. You have no question?
I wait, hold on, let me think.
Wendigo has so many questions. Or rather, Ghost has so many questions, but I don't want to be asking them all, so...
I mean, you can. Ghost, you can make a general wisdom check. 16. This is the worst plan you've ever heard.
Yes, I don't need 16 wisdom to know that. My
No,
IRL wisdom is telling me that too.
even divorced from what the current standing is, you're like, there's not enough information. They're breathing in the wisps of hope, and they're banking it all on hearsay. But you also gather that they are very certain in what they know. It might not be an airtight plan, but you can be sure they're 100% on it.
Snoopy.
Okay. Um, I speak to the two visitors. I don't think that it's a good idea. I don't think that hearsay and news and drafts and drawings are good enough. I cannot let my people into such uncertain situations.
Again,
And I don't think that's the real reason why you want to go in.
your people are not going, I hope, because we don't have enough for them. We will be going with you. Or rather, we will be going with or without you. But we're open for any suggestions.
Let's make this a proper plan.
We don't have time to make this. This is the plan that we have, and we have to go in today, or we will not have another moment.
What's the layout? Where
He
are they held? And what's the exit?
he takes out another map. Like these maps are extremely detailed, and it's marked to where they have to go, and there's little notes that says how many guards will be stationed where, what time there will be a change in the guards. And then there's two big question marks with the words escape circled in red.
Yes, let's start from this. He's still sitting down. His long arms will come out and take the map, putting it down on the ground. Okay. Wendigo is essentially Wendigo refuses to go in blind like this, so like he would like to know what are these guards, what is the escape plan here, what is the anticipated difficulty, and so on and so forth.
Make me an
They've
insight
told
check.
that they've told that there's traps and all that already, but they haven't they could have just taken out this map and showed it from the start, but they didn't.
14. You figure that they come in assuming that you know the layout of the land, you know what and who they're talking about.
Okay, then Ghost will turn to look at Snoopy and see that you know the whole plan.
No, I I don't think it's I don't think it's solid enough. Don't think
You see the dwarven girl stand up. Then unfortunately we're going to have to cut short our meeting today. Please keep the blankets and the food, and I hope the children are doing well. Uh, you watch as the lavender tieflings start rolling back and taking back all the scrolls, the images. We're going to have to be going now, and he takes out a pocket watch. Our time grows slim, and we will have
uh,
no other time to do this. And then they start to get out and leave.
Snoopy calls them back. Like I don't think it's like I don't
Not
want
getting
I
into the bag,
I want to help you.
but I will see.
Unfortunately, we don't really have the time. We have to go now.
I'm coming, but I'm not getting into a bag or a hole.
The tiefling goes, understandable. It might be a little bit uncomfortable. And then quickly you see him look for a side of the wall that is relatively flat, not even the ground, and he throws what looks to be like a folded dark cloth onto the wall, and it splatters into a circle. And you don't really see much inside. It seems to be tinted dark. And then he steps through and pokes his head out and essentially goes, it's empty now, but presumably we'll have a lot of things inside, and I wouldn't worry about it. He steps out and he peels it off the wall and he folds it again and puts it into a satchel on his belt. I also have a way to make sure we will be undetected as long as you remain within 20 feet of me. Out of character, is pass without a trace. He has passed without a trace.
And when he goes thinking, this seems familiar. It's the tools, I want a set. You know, the thieves' tools that were shown earlier. I want a set.
Thieves' tools. We can work with that. He takes out a spare and gives it to you. Just don't lose it. It's kind of hard to come by.
Ghost tucks it somewhere into his fur and all that, and like you can't see where it's gone. Okay.
You watch them pull on their parkas, and all their cold weather gear, and brave the outside as they step through the threshold.
Ghost follows out. If he's wearing any clothes at all, it can't be seen beneath all the fur. Alright. This will be new.
Out of character, you didn't tell them your name, right? You just
He
exist.
said ghost at one point.
Ghost. Okay. Mr. Ghost, we appreciate this, and then he gives you a healing potion, the second level one. So it's a 2d4 plus 8.
Oh, that's 4d4 plus 2d4 plus 4 or 4d4 plus.
Okay, so 4d4 plus 8. That one is the bigger one, the second level.
Okay.
This is for you. He looks back to see if Snoopy is at all following. What's Snoopy doing at this point? Like, Wendigo and the two siblings have left the cave, essentially. And your two friends are looking at you for guidance.
They left the cave and then like just walk through the thing.
No, we are walking out but on foot.
We're
initiating
foot.
fast travel.
Snoopy looks at fast travel.
Yeah,
Snoopy looks at the two and shrugs and said, "You know what? Let's go."
John
and proceeds to
puts
follow,
up a finger and says,
run after them.
Mensum can follow. I should bring this back to the field. You can tell he doesn't want to go. You can tell he's like, no. Because John is a simple man with not many skills. Mensum is ready. Mensum is like, yo, let's go.
Snoopy nods. Okay, sure, yes. That's fine as well. Mensum, you ready?
Mensum nods and immediately steps out, and you can see him walk a little bit faster just to catch up, and you almost don't see Wendigo because he blends in so well.
Because it's
I
all
mean,
white.
Ghost,
Yeah.
because he's white. You see like a little black nose and two beady eyes. And the siblings are like troopers just walking through the snow in the direction that they're supposed to be going that you recognize. Even Mensum is like, "Sir, I've never seen two people so determined before. If they make it out, this would be such a game changer." And then he quickly walks towards their direction. And because Mensum is following, all tracking gets advantage. And if everybody is okay, we're going to fast travel.
Yes.
Zoom, zoom.
Swish, 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 swish. You find yourself now at the gates. All of you are ready to go in. Mensum gives you the thumbs up, and for 10 minutes, one of the siblings, the girl siblings, pulls out a scroll and starts reading from it. And now you can hear each other in your mind. And then she thinks, well, this will be strange, but it will last an hour. So as long as we're not in there for an hour, we can talk to you. Mensum as well. You can hear that she doesn't have a lisp. She doesn't have a speech impediment in your head. So it might be just like a stress thing. I'm going to go in the hole so that there'll be less people to take care of. And then you see the tiefling splay out the portable hole, and she jumps in. And you hear a muffled voice coming from inside that says, remember, brother, 10 minutes. I don't want to not breathe. And he is looking. And if both of you decide not to jump in 2 seconds, he's going to pull it up, put it in his pocket, and immediately beeline after casting a spell. You feel a shadow around you coagulate and stick on you a little bit harder than it usually would. And you see him start expertly walking along the shadows of the building, quietly, daintily. You hear...
I'm going
Yes?
to roll something because they just did a telepathy. Okay,
Okay.
it's a 4.
I don't know what that means.
Well, it means you're speaking to someone else in the head.
Hey! So
Oh.
far they've been quiet, so nobody's shocked yet.
And through the mantling, there's another voice, prim and proper and stiff. I suppose it's not technically against the law if the proprietor of the premises has already broken several human rights and more.
Immediately,
Yes, we can justify this.
you hear Bureau's voice. Wait, sister, did we add anyone else in the telepathic bond? No.
Pardon
Bureau.
me, I was just thinking aloud to myself. Never mind. Carry on.
Uh,
Cheerio.
Bureau keeps on task, but his sister, who is in a hole, is essentially going, I don't remember this voice. If I'm not mistaken, that was Ghost, Mensum, me, my brother, and Snoopy. Who are you
Don't
exactly?
mind him. I share a few spaces. Keep going.
Oh, right. Snoopy, this is the first time you hear somebody else in somebody else's head. Usually it's just you and your friend.
Snoopy is also a little bit confused. He's also looking around at anybody who looks like, anybody who looks like they're talking to somebody in their head. And can I tell it's Ghost?
You may do an insight check. Ghost, you may do your choice of deception or performance if you choose to hide.
He's trying to talk over the other voice, so he will do.
Oh, because Ghost cannot stop that voice, is it?
Yeah, he can't stop it,
Ah,
but
okay.
he does have. This is not related to that, so he will just do. Nothing
Okay.
to see here. Carry on.
Snoopy, you don't see who the person is in the extra head, but you do hear Ghost saying like, "Relax, I'm trying." Essentially, like soothing, calm, dulcet tones of "Please ignore that voice." So I guess you could guess, but you can't read from everybody's faces. Everybody make me a stealth check with a +10
Stealth.
at advantage because you have a wager. Oh, you
Okay.
needed that. So
26.
26 and 25. Y'all doing
25.
okay? You watch Biro as he scampers upon a ledge, and then you hear the rickety sounds of a wheel rolling overhead as you blend into the shadows, waiting for it to pass by as you keep moving forward. Only 2 minutes have passed, but it feels like forever. As you go through another threshold, you watch as he expertly makes his way through a locked door. And I would like you to make me a perception check with advantage. Whoever, somebody pick one.
I have 0 perception.
I will try.
20.
Oh, 20.
You with a 20, you clear your throat quietly enough to catch Biro's attention, and he looks around, and with your help he finds one of the traps. It looks to be some kind of pinhole that has some kind of trigger nearby that you have to step on. So he disarms the trap and keeps moving forward. Make me another stealth check with the +10 and advantage. Oh, big. Wendigo disappears.
Lenzin becomes white again.
White. Spoopy?
Oh, I need to do so. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody.
Perception.
Everybody who didn't go into the hole. Stealth.
Stealth again.
Yeah. So it is 27. Again, you bypass the trap. There seems to be similar traps every so often. And now that you've figured one out, the rest seems kind of easy to circumvent. You hear clanking of 2 bodies this time You hear a door open and a door quietly close. And you blend into the shadows just as you see two figures walk past the hallway and exit stage left. You watch as Biro breathes a sigh of relief and he points to the right as if that's where you're supposed to go, and he slinks into that direction. And within 7 minutes, you think? Well, enough minutes that you know that Ven will not die in that hole as he sticks the hole onto the wall and she steps out and takes a deep breath. And in your mind, all of you hear, I didn't realize it would be so musty inside there. You need to air that thing out more often, as Biro starts folding it. And he goes, but it's a portable hole, sister. Anyway. And then he points you in the direction. With the map at hand, he takes it out. Somebody roll me a two D20s. Take the higher one.
Go for it,
2D,
Snoopy.
2D20.
15. Very good. He points to you. There's supposed to be 3 individuals. They are the 3 doors right at the end. And the rest would be weapons, objects, potions, which I misspoke. Actually, she's the one doing the unlocking. And then he throws, I'm just so stressed. I apologize. I'll be doing the looting because I have the hole. If anyone would like to follow either her or me, that would be grand. It would make both of our jobs so much easier. I'm going to start with this door. And he points to an arbitrary door. And it doesn't say lavatory. You
So move
watch.
forward.
Okay, who
And,
wants to go with whom? Who wants to go looting and who wants to break the chain?
Ghost will look to break the chain because he's more interested in the dangerous part.
Okay, so with the breaking the chain, because Ghost is going, you will be rolling on behalf of Van. So all your D20 rolls are made with advantage, and I will add the sufficient modifiers. What about Snoopy? Are you going
To the other route, the looting, I guess.
the looting? Okay, with looting, you get to roll more percentage dice on behalf of Biro, and he will just be there to make quick hands and like steal shit and stuff.
Okay.
We will take a break as I prepare the relevant stuff, and we will be back in 5 minutes. Yeah. We
Yep.
return back with our heroes now splitting up. I say splitting up, but they're really just going into different rooms. We're going to start first with Biro opening the first door. It does take a bit of finagling with his thief's tools, but he does open it. And Ghost, you expected a person, but what you see is an empty room with shackles on the ground. And you hear Biro think out loud, wait, this
Okay,
isn't
the first thing
supposed to be
Ghost
empty.
immediately does is look up.
Nothing, stone ceiling with barely any lights. It looks like whoever was occupying this space was taken out. Make me a perception check.
Okay. He's going to look for trails, but the first thing he did was look up, because if he was in the cell, his shackles on the ground, he'll be up there waiting for someone to come in.
To eat.
It's coming back. The instincts are coming back.
The instinct appear. Perception 12.
Meow.
12. Make me a survival check with advantage. Because Biro is there. Also, like, what the fuck? Oh, you needed that.
Okay, 22.
22. With both of you scouting the room, you realize there's nobody here. 100%. You also know that whoever was here was taken out maybe about 20 hours ago. You
Almost
watch
days
as
ago.
Biro starts to sweat as he moves to the next door and he finagles it again, and with a click and a quiet push, the door opens. This time, you see a man scantily dressed in very, very boring civilian clothes, cotton, black pants. Valerius, in your state, tell us what you look like.
Well, you see, like what you mentioned just now, like someone wearing very plain clothes, but if you look closer, it's actually more of a sort of Under Armour kind of attire. You see a small skin tight top with slightly baggy cargo pants. On the shoulders of the sleeves, where used to be a certain logo, it has now been covered over with a different logo, one of the matriarchs. His hair is disheveled, there's stubble on his face, and he looks really tired and very defeated.
He is also, you think, asleep. He is standing straight up, or at least his body is held aloft by chains, one each on his arms, on his legs, and on his neck. With a deep breath and a sigh, Biro motions you forwards towards the passed out man. Even though there's an air of defeat, there seems to be a slight smile on this person's mouth. Wendigo, you recognize this person. Or rather, Ghost, you recognize this person from your past. It's as clear as day. He is the most annoying person you have ever met.
The most annoying was the thing you made.
Okay, the father
He
of the
immediate-
most annoying.
He immediately looks around to see if the noise maker is going to show itself up again.
Biro turns around to see you give a face of recognition as he's about to finagle an arm brace. Is
In
is
his
there
mind, he thinks, this again, this again, this again, this again.
what do you mean this again? Do you know this man? And immediately you hear the sister's voice going, "Whoa, what do you mean? Do you know this? Hang on, I've stuff to steal."
Not like this. Let's him out and hope he remembers. Ghost moves forward to start unshackling him from the other side.
Okay, I'm going to need. We're going to do one by one with the shackles, because they are magical shackles, as explained. Thankfully, this data is correct. You hear Biro going one by one. We're going to have to do this side first, and then we'll do the other hand, and then we'll do the legs, and finally his neck. He should be upright long enough for us to free him, but I'm going to need your help with anything that you've got. So, again, you're making the d20 rolls, because you're doing it together. You're doing it with advantage. Tell me how you help the man who has right now got 2 long pins in one of the shackle keyholes.
Ghost looks at the person that's being removed, and beneath all the shaggy fur, his arms just move of their own accord from practice to start to hold the objective stable, as if he's done this many times before, holding it still for someone else to angle it better so that the shackles do not move, and so on and so forth.
Okay, make me 2 d20 rolls. Take the higher one.
Mhm.
This is the first of 5.
Okay, I'll just roll the 2d20. I'll just use a dexterity. So it's a 10 and 11.
With stuff, you hear a click as the shackle opens. Valerius, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Oh boy, oh boy. One of my more worser stats. Oh, damn, what the fuck?
Oh, worse their stats. The air is cool and calm, and you're sitting in front of a person you love. Your parents are in the other room. What's going through your mind right now?
Anxiety and excitement as I quickly and discreetly try to smoothen out the wrinkles in my white tuxedo.
What's going on? Do you have anything to say? Who's in front of you?
There is a cute, semi-shorter half elf with bob cut white hair standing in front of me in a very nice wedding gown. I shake my head a bit and just reply quietly, but no, nothing's wrong. Just the jitters, like we've been talking about this for years. It's finally happening.
You don't have to be so scared. As she picks up a cup full of hot tea, that's when suddenly you see the surrounding area like a mirage just do a glitch as she takes a sharp inhale and she drops the cup. Ghost, make me another set of d20s. Take the higher one. 19. Pass. Another click. This time, both hands fall to the side, casually and calmly, free. You see on each of his arms where the shackle used to sit. It is dark. The metallic taste of the iron remains, especially to Ghost, who can smell all these things. Valerius, make me another wisdom saving throw.
The fuck?
Oh, okay. That was a strange situation, but your fiancée, soon to be wife, is massaging her fingers as she narrowly missed the glass and the tea dropping on her white dress. She stepped away fast enough, but now there's shards on the floor, there's tea on the floor, and your parents gasp as they look in. Darling, is everything all right? Do you need us for anything at all? Oh dear, what happened? As your mom comes in.
I look at my mom. She's like, yeah, can you like call one of the cleaners to come in for a moment? Aaron had a small accident.
No,
Walk towards Aaron.
that's going to take too long. You see her get down on her knees, and she starts with a piece of cloth. She starts taking the bits of glass, folds it, and then with another bit of cloth, she wipes the floor. You've never seen your mother do this. Another glitch happens, and a shard that she didn't realize cuts her on her hand. Another sharp inhale. Ghost, as your partner is now working on the third shackle on the leg, make me another set of 2d20 rolls and take the higher one. Okay, you make it again. Valerius, make me another wisdom save.
The streak ends.
13. Your father this time comes barreling in as he clutches your mom's hand and puts a clean tissue on it. Love, are you alright? Hang on, let's get up and disinfect. We'll have the maids come in and clean it. Come along. Valerius, take care of your fiance. You're going up in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Dad. Go.
Go.
Mom, you alright?
Go. Your mother's fine. And immediately, before going, even with the blood soaping through the tissue, she gives you a kiss on the forehead, on her tippy toes, because you are quite a tall man.
Can I make an insight check? I do not remember my mom acting like this.
Make it with a disadvantage.
Okay. 9.
9. This is totally normal. You're so excited. Bad things have happened to you over and over again, many times. Like every time you're excited about something, you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is one of those shoes. Maybe this is like a three-footed monster. You don't know, but you're getting married. It's great. You see your fiance look at you and then put her hands up, and she's like, "It's bad luck to see your fiance in a wedding dress, so I'm going to go now." And then she leaves.
Oh.
We're going to cut to Snoopy and Van. Van has managed to pry a door open. And you see in front of you a whole stack of mundane items, Snoopy. She has already thrown the cloth on the wall. And begun throwing all manner of swords, sickles, random weapons, shields. You're not sure, but she started to clear out the room. You look around at the other mundane items, and I need you to make me a 3 perception checks. Spoopy?
Oh. Oh no.
She just went offline.
Hello.
Okay, so make me 3 perception checks.
1, 2.
Okay, it's better. Let's check this out. Roll me a 1d3. So /R 1d3.
1/R1 in the. Oh wait, in Discord.
In roll 20.
Oh, you can do that too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
/R. Roll the
Okay.
dice.
Okay, very good.
One.
You find tinkerer's tools. There's one set only for some reason that you can decide to pocket or throw into the hole, essentially. You also find a few packs of your choice, about 3 different packs, which you can decide later as a group. So 3 packs. It can be adventurous packs, whatever other packs that exist in D&D. And that's it. That's all the special stuff that you find.
Okay. I keep all.
You throw it in the hole, I'm guessing.
Yep. Throw in the
And
bowl. Like take all.
you look around and you realize there's nothing else to steal in this door. And you see a face of triumph on Van. She puts her hand on her hips and she goes, "Well, that was fruitful," she says out loud, not in her head. "We should go to the next door." And then she folds the portable hole again and starts opening the next door. With a click, it opens. I'm gonna need you
Roll.
to roll, but before that, you go into this room and there's shelves and chests and glass cabinets, and they all look somewhat expensive.
Okay.
Make me an investigation check with advantage.
It does.
Wow, a 0.
Oh god.
18, it's fine. With the help of Van, you ascertain that most of the stuff in here are red herrings. They are not real.
What does it mean?
As in, they were put here to confuse you,
Oh.
and some of them are not important. They're just mundane items. They're not magical. But some of them are magical, and we'll get back to you on that, because we're going back to Bureau, Ghost, and Naptime Valerius. Where were we? Right. We were on shackle number 4. Roll me 2 d20s and take the higher one, please, Ghost. Okay, very good. You're doing incredibly well. This time, Valerius, make me a con save.
Oh, okay. Nope.
That's terrible. You feel your world shake as if something powerful just shot through your heart and through your brain. And whatever glitch that was happening before that caused the glass to fall, your mom to cut herself, it's dissolving the very fabric of your reality. Take 1 exhaustion point.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
Ghost. The legs click open, but he remains standing as though out of instinct not to have him fall over or choke on the last shackle on his neck. Another deep breath is taken by Bureau as he requests your help to boost him up to the taller man so that he can reach the collar.
Easily done.
Roll
Oh.
me.
Ghost picks up picks him up from the back and lifts him up. There.
Like scruffing a kitten?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You hear in your head, only because I need the help. Don't say anything. Sister, shush. And immediately he gets to work. And then you hear him, very, very tiny inside brain voice go, this is kind of comfortable. Make me 2d20s.
Okay, 18 and 9.
18 and 9. 18.
18.
This takes a bit of time. But with a click, that latch opens. You can see the ruse on the neck where the collar is, as you're holding on to Bureau, but you also see your old friend quickly falling towards you because there's nothing holding him back anymore.
He has 2 arms, so he's ready to catch him.
Okay. Make me a dexterity roll, like a straight dex.
As in, he'll just be standing in front of him.
Yep,
as
I
he
just want to
goes
know
by.
where he falls. 10. You attempt to catch him by the scruff, but what happens is you miss the scruff, and he
Oh
falls
no, I'm not
into
catching him by the scruff in the front.
in the front. Okay.
He's not being gentle about this.
Yeah. So even if you're not being gentle, he does fall into your chest, like free fall,
Oh,
as
okay.
if giving a hug. It's like boom. But he is safe. You hear a throat clear and a request to put down the short king.
Ghost will just put him down and then pick up the Valerius.
Okay, Valerius, your
And
last.
in mind, you say, "We got what we came for. Let's go."
There's supposed to be one more. Just give me a second, Valerius. Make me your last concentration saving throw. I mean, a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, a little bit better.
12. This time you see the whole world around you dissolve. There's a ringing in your ear, and it's making your head pound. But you feel something soft in your face. Take another exhaustion level.
Oh god damn.
But this time you're opening your eyes, and the light hurts. It hurts so much. Your head hurts. Everything feels painful, and it's cold. You were so comfortable 2 seconds ago. You were going to get married. But in front of you is white fur.
Oh. I look at the white fur. What can I see?
You see. Make me a history check with advantage.
What do you mean advantage is a normal roll? Because I have disadvantage.
Oh yeah,
on
you have
ability
disadvantage.
checks.
I forgot. Yeah. A
Alright, so it's a
normal
normal
roll.
roll there. Okay, let's go. 23.
Oh, okay. You look up. Even though the fur is white, you recognize the face. More like you also recognize the really, really long arms and the judgmental look.
With a hoarse voice and somewhat disbelief, he musters up the strength to slightly get up into a crouch and look it up. Wendigo? Is that you? What? Where are we?
Not talk here.
What?
Let's go.
Right. He gets up and he takes a look around. My gear. Where is it?
Immediately, you see a lavender tiefling look at you with wide eyes and then look at question mark Wendigo. Ghost. He just called you Wendigo.
Can we focus?
Right.
Yeah, well, whatever you say, boss. And I'll walk up towards the tiefling. It's like, hi, I'm Valerius.
Make
Is
me
this
a
place safe?
straight dex check to see if you trip on your own foot.
Lamau. Disadvantage 7.
7. You trip on your own foot, but you manage to bring attention to a odd structure at the side of the room as you attempt to shake the hand, but instead shake the wall.
Oh,
And
sorry.
you hear the tiefling go, "No, I believe this is the storage room."
Storage room. Valerius looks to the left. It's like, well, my gear is anywhere. Wait, at some point, Valerius' brain just clicks for a moment. He's like, wait a minute. He looks around. It's like, am I in a cell? What happened?
Not
You see a
here
shrug.
now. You shouldn't be here.
Okay, alright,
Uh,
fine.
Ghost will exit this room and look for the next door to try.
Okay, you may make a sleight of hand lock picking tool check
These tools.
+1.
I will help.
You cannot help.
Oh
You're
yeah, I'm
you're-
exhausted.
you're GG.com. 18.
So,
You
I have
managed to
more
open.
bonus on this, but it works.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, 18 is plenty. You managed to unlock that room, and again you see shackles. Again, you see an empty space. There's
Nothing
supposed to
here.
be another person. You hear a voice from the room that you just came out from saying, Mr. Ghost, I'm going to need your help. And then we're gonna cut to the other team. Snoopy,
Looty.
I need you to roll me a set of dice, percentile dice. So it's a D100, and I would like you to roll me one first. 46. You look around, you go into one of the glass cases, and you attempt to unlock it. But it wouldn't budge. And you know that even if you tried, it would probably trigger something. Make me an investigation roll. Advantage?
18.
18. You realize that if you keep prying, it will trigger a trap, and you will not like it. Make me another D100 roll.
100 roll. Oh my god, 14. So many numbers.
The worst. The worst. You see like a very curious dusty cauldron on the ground, but you think nothing of it. Make me another D100 roll.
72. Better.
Hey! You find a small pocket at the corner of the room inside a chest. You can also take the chest if you feel like it, but you recognize the pocket, and it's the same as the one that Biro carried that he had passed to Van. It's a portable hole. And you know not to throw it into another portable hole because that would be bad. Make
I
me...
take the whole thing?
Yes, it's very small. It's like 20-cent coin sized in a satchel that you can, that you can sort of clip on a belt or put it in a coat pocket. Make me another D100 roll.
34. Ayo.
Nice. Very good. You find shining inside a glass cabinet a pair of bracers. Easy enough for you to lockpick. It clicks open. You're not sure what this is, but it looks important. And finally, the last D100 roll.
Last D100 roll. 92!
You did not want that. You wanted
Oh,
that for the
no!
first one.
Oh,
Unfortunately, you go through a cabinet. It was full of items of clothing, none of which you thought were particularly interesting. They were very roughly, very out of fashion, and very not important. So you leave. Braces.
Wait. Why won't I take it anyway? Because I like clothes.
You like clothes? Okay. You can take some.
I take the ones that are not as tattered.
Okay. Make me a D8 roll to see how many clothes are not turning into dust.
6.
6. Okay. Tell me the clothes that you pick up. Like, what do they look like?
They are like long robes.
Mhm.
Okay. Very earth tone colored. Some with a little bit of like holes in them. Some just like some strings coming out, but still better than nothing for my people at home. So I decided that maybe you could use some of those.
Okay. They look quite warm. You also find one that that you had seen some of the guards wear. So maybe a disguise? Question mark? You don't know, but you take it anyway. So there's 6 items of clothing of various sorts for you. We now go back to the freedom badge.
The
Ah.
thing that I tripped over. Can I have a look at that?
The thing that you tripped over. It's you can. It is called your foot.
No, because you mentioned just now that whatever, then storage something, right?
Yeah. So what you landed was a hatch in the wall that sort of moved the wall ajar a little bit, and it showed that there's something behind that, like a secret compartment.
Am I strong enough to try and pull it open?
Before that happens, Bureau quickly stops you from doing that. Just in
I-
case. There might be a trap.
Right.
Uh,
Shakes his head. Sorry, haven't fully woken up yet. I should be better.
Wendigo, make me a D20 roll flat. Oh, an 8. Okay, plus stuff. Okay.
Let's go.
Wait, there's something in here. It is trapped though. Make me a trap disarm check with your thieves tools. At 2d20s, pick the higher one.
Okay.
Valerius, if you have any skills whatsoever,
Flash of
You know what?
genius.
thieves tool 21 plus flash of genius.
5.
It's enough. It's enough. Okay. With a click, and with the help of Valerius, who instinctively knows what is going on, you see a canister fall to the ground, which you can pick up. You're not sure what's inside yet, but you can feel free to pick it up. It looks breakable if you throw it.
Valerius will pick it up and stuff it into his
Anything.
pocket if it's small enough.
What did Ghost say?
Don't touch anything.
Too
Okay,
late.
Valerius already holding the thing. It's like, oh yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Alright.
As the door
Ghost
opens,
starts moving his way out.
Ghost starts moving, but you hear a gasp. Inside that room is a perfectly manicured station. I guess you could call it a walk-in wardrobe of sorts. Valerius, you recognize these items, but you don't recognize them as something you made. They seem off. The color's wrong. The make is wrong. The shine is wrong. But you know it's yours. You see a studded leather armor. You see a shield. You see your helm. There's also a mechanical insect stuck to the side of the wall. It seems inert for the moment. On a plate, you see a diamond, big enough for you to hold. And hanging on the other side, on the left side of the wall, you see a bag of holding.
I'll walk up towards Floaty first. I assume it's Floaty, and I gently like grab him off the wall and force some of my magic into the shell, hoping that it will ignite him.
Yes, let's go. This is not a safe place.
As that happens, you realize Ghost is absolutely correct.
Alright. Sorry. I'll quickly like grab whatever I can. Well, whatever that's there, that is, I know it's mine, and just book it. I'll shove everything into the bag of holding.
Okay, they all fit, except for the shield.
The shield I carry. I have some AC now, ha!
You basically just have a shield on you, and a floating
We're not
creature.
activating Floaty in a dangerous location.
Floaty is alive. However, there's no voice from Floaty. It seems quiet. Too quiet.
He's a nerd for now. Okay, I shove him into the bag of holding.
Biro turns around to Ghost as all of you exit the room, and he sees the door that is ajar, and he sees that there is nobody in that room either. He looks at you, Ghost, and he goes, missing as well. As all of you walk towards your looting buddies. It looks like... And Valerius, you know they're having a conversation, but you don't hear anything, so you assume it's all mentally linked somehow.
Valerius has a short thought of, this takes me back.
For Ghost and everybody else you hear, it seems that everyone else is... And suddenly your connection is broken because it's been an hour. And you audibly hear Biro swear. Fuck. With the softest voice that he can, he calls out to his sister, Van, 2 people are missing, but we have, I believe, we have 1. We need to leave now. And then a head pops up next to Snoopy, who is essentially throwing clothes into a hole. Right, let's go. And immediately she starts folding the portable hole into her pocket. And that is where we're going to stop today. Because next week, you have to escape this hellhole, and I will have a map.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you, everybody, for watching. We have finished the first session of Immortal Part 2, which will be ongoing for the next year. I hope so. I'll be occupying your Tuesday nights. Thank you so much for watching again. And we'll see you next week. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.